Happy Mother's Day. And much of the Jamaicans are celebrating much of the Happy Mother's Day. But here in Africa, we are having 2-3 shenanigans. We shall have to go to the shamba and make sure that we are making them happy a little bit. But everything is coming to you right now. It's the start of this kind of the video. Thank you very much. Everyone has been tuned and locked in because it has been so fragistically good. And much of the people are waiting for Gintu to talk about, oh, Gintu, how is everything running? Happy Mother's Day, Happy Mother's Day, Happy Mother's Day again and again and again. And even Happy Mother's Day to the girlfriends, whoever has a girlfriend. Very much fantastic. I salute and talk about Happy Girlfriend's Day and also Happy Mother's Day. Woo! Happy Mother's Day. Ding, 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 ding. Da, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, exactly. And we are so appreciative because even us to be strong the way we are, we have passed through the hands of our mothers. And I salute much of the things, guys. Today it was krakatooing. The moment was so fantastic. And we have been so fragistically good coming out with this kind of the Vuma. And today it's today, tomorrow gonna be another day. Everybody are being supporting, and you first time watching this kind of the video, and also you are gonna be subscribing because of this kind of the Vuma of this kind of the video. It is coming to you live, which is one-on-one. I like about everyone who's being tuned and locked in. We have much of the krakatoos of the moment. What is coming to the session right today? It's always coming to talk about today. I've been invited to make sure that guys, I'm telling you much of the things that we have been fed up and completely fed up because much of the people are talking about, oh, Gintu, we need you, we do not know what, I don't know what. We are not interested much of the return of the magics here and there because the trouble gonna be continuing again because we are told we don't have much of the things to do. But today is today, tomorrow gonna be another day, and I'm telling much of the people that we have that kind of a heart of making sure that everything gonna be getting forward. Right now everything is fantastic, and I talk about let's talk about this kind of the good deal that today I was having much of I was invited to make sure that we are having much of the talk about this kind of the crazy family, but things gonna be getting forward. I have to call them crazy because all the time they're just bringing much of the shenanigans. You know that you have never paid for the leasing of the land, and again you are coming and telling us, oh, you understand because of 2-3 shenanigans here and there, the money for you to pay for the police soldiers Gintu can just be arrested. There is money to pay for this kind of the police, but the money to pay for the land that you have leased, there's no money. Sometimes they want to think about people are just stupid the way they think about. Sometimes we have to again this kind of the issues and make sure that we are ever strong. And whenever they just check onto me and have told them there's no deal, and whenever I'm gonna be talking about, I've just given them only 2 days. If they're gonna not pay the money, I'm gonna be dealing with them simultaneously, perpendicularly and horizontally, the way the road gonna be getting them. Because sometimes I have that kind of heart talking about, oh, this kind of the people, okay, we used to stay together, we used to stay here and there, and it's because of some days I always talk about that's why today I've just met one-on-one and talked about 2-3 issues here, and much of the people they were talking, I was scared a little bit talking about are they setting me up and talking about, oh, now they're gonna be meeting me, all of their family, because everybody's around there, and they're gonna be talking about, no, there's no problem, let me go and talk to them because they're gonna be meeting me and to my land. And I was having so many bodyguards today, including dogs. So whatever gonna be just bringing some shenanigans, I could hit them like Jericho drums here and there. So the fact is we have already negotiated, and today I was talking about the things we're going to be getting forward. I had the talk about the story going to be coming as how it was, how the conversation was, and how we met, and how the things were just getting forward. Because I was talking about, you know, you are a very good boy. This is a small recap about it, and we're going to be making sure that we're going to be talking. I told you that sometimes you have to cool down. Whatever you will be strong, whatever you will be who. I just look at somebody in the entire eyes and talk about you think about you are the good man here to go, but at the long last you'll come back and talk about, hey, please, I'm down at level, so they can just handle and miscondument this kind of the things and hold them very fantastic. So today it was a talk, and gonna be coming to the next video, making sure gonna be enjoying the session because already I'm just planning and writing much of the things, the key value points, so they can just get much of the things coming on very, very awesome. But to the risk and of the small point, I'm just having much of the exercises here. I want to show you where we have come from from and what we have been passing through for us to be who we are. Not much of the people are just talking about, oh, this kind of the people, this way, this kind of that. We are struggling to make it happen, and still we are struggling to have everything happening. Today, one-on-one, I've received the sand, and it's just arriving because the sand that I'm always having is a little bit, and today I've just received the sand for the perimeter wall. So everything gonna be coming to you live. I've just started a little bit, and you're gonna be formulating and getting much of the things here. Then I talk about the hardcore and everything gonna be coming to make sure that we are planning ourselves and getting forward. We are still having the construction of the G Castle, looking so awesome from this kind of the far point. But everyone who's being locked, keep it tuned, because everything gonna be coming to you live, which is one-on-one. And this spot is meticulous, fantastic, and horizontally perpendicular per unit time. This is the Vuma of Itsadskogintu. Thank you very much for you supporting and locked in, because we have much of the things to tell you. This is the way forward. Get to the brim. Here we go. Hello beautiful people, wherever you are, welcome back. It's Skogintu back again to the root of today, and here we are. It's one-on-one live coverage, and everything is so fantastic, fragistically good, as we're gonna be tangling to this kind of the video, so they can just have this kind of the momentum to go forward, as everything is just booming to get it on its brim. So here we go, and I have one of it has been so long for Mr. Joseph here.
How
are you, sir?
Fine,
everything is good.
Yeah,
I've recognized your presence, eh?
Yeah.
So you have arrived to my home here a little bit?
Yes, I arrived.
You have stayed a little bit here and there. What has been the krakatouing into your life right now?
I have just arrived. I've got some soap here.
Oh, I've given you some shopping here. A little bit. I have some soap there.
Yeah.
I have some rice.
Yeah.
There is, we can talk about some cleaning detergents, and making sure that you're going to be cleaning yourself and everything going to be so good. Yeah. So you told us you have some 2-3 issues and a problem a little bit.
Yes. So if I get nipate chumvi, sukari.
Okay.
Yeah.
Today I'm going to be coming to Nyaboanse. I have some issues there to perform there a little bit, and I'm going to be passing through your area, because he has already migrated from the place he was, and he has gone to another space, so as he can just make sure that he's living in a comfortable way, but not so much. So today we're going to be handling it, and going to be making sure that everything is sorted out very clearly. I see much of the trucks here. We are having a little problem with the highway here, so things are going to be krakatouing. So I think it's as much of the rain there. We're going to be checking on the road here. So guys, what is coming on is I'm going to be coming to you, because this is the small I had, and I've just given to you, but I'm going to be passing by to your side.
At what time will you come?
Around the evening there.
Kama saa 11.
Saa 11, yeah.
Okay.
Saa 11, exactly.
I will wait you there.
Exactly. Wait for me. I'm going to be coming to check how everything going to be coming.
Nitakaa pale wanatengenezea chuma hiyo.
Yeah.
Hapo nje.
Okay. Get to my sir.
Yes.
Thank you very much. So guys, I'm always making sure that some of the things are always coming out one-on-one. How are you, Kimberly? Everything is good? Hey. How are you? Fine. Fantastic. Wagwan. So guys, we are having a little problem here, because I have a truck here. It has brought much of the sand, because it has been so long, and much of the people are talking about, oh, Gintu gonna be getting the sand here. Today I've got the sand, but the area is so polluted here. This is Kimberly. I know. This is Kimberly, by the way. Yeah. I'm gonna be cleaning the area so as I can just bring it to this kind of the spot here. Exactly. So, yeah. It's digging, guys. It's digging. A very big tunnel here. Ni cherumbe ya reto. Rapid. Karagona more. Yeah, this is a little bit good, so you can just have a password. So you might have coming again. I can just put this one here because they are drying so quickly. Wait, Buddha. What's up, man? Everything is good?
Everything is good.
You want me help you, man?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can just come. I'm very quite fine, man.
You are fine?
The spade here, man. Yeah, I'm quite fine.
Okay.
guys, it's a walkover of how the thing's gonna be getting here. Guys, after that we always use a very it had been raining cats and dogs, that's why you see it has a problem here, but we're gonna be making sure that we are putting here some of the dry soil, so as you can just whenever we're gonna be rotating, it cannot have much of this kind of the problem it has right now. Guys, we are putting much of talk about the soil, which is a little bit dry, so as you can just rotate, because whenever it just rotates here while we have this kind of the mud, it cannot turn the wheels, because the tires gonna be rotating without getting to the grit side, and gonna be a problem a little bit. Gonna be rotating here. You can just see what is right now taking place here, because ama hata hapa tungetoa hapa juu hapa hivi. Ona, ngoja kidogo. Oh, yeah. Namba 2.5. Lakini moteli ya namba 2.5 kabisa wapi. Tatumo yangu. Akamoteli ya sasa atore mkiumu nyake eichogani. Ngoja. Guys, it's one of the exercises here. emete at least. Guys, eh? Was okay? Yeah. Yeah. So guys, we have much of the techniques here to do. Talk about, we are just discussing about, gonna be putting some of talk about the trees in between the two tires, because we have, it's a 2-tire back, because they're gonna be putting at the middle, so you can just make sure that everything is just coming out very fantastic. So after there, it's gonna be attaching and getting that kind of the grit, so they cannot slide from the way, and it's gonna not have the acceleration, which is turning much of the wheel without having getting forward from this kind of the pathway. So gonna be checking how it's gonna be done here. Fantastic. So whenever you're gonna be coming back, you're gonna be making sure that just following the pathway of this kind of a tree. So it cannot go to the opposite side. Talk about the road. It has to get to the rail panel. Talk about even if you see the tires here, they're just having 2-way, and it's just leaving some spot in the middle. So that's the spot you just put this kind of the tree, so they can just follow its track and make sure they cannot go zigzag from the way. And that is the main point here. Siniko na hizo miti mingi sana huko. Yeah, we have some poles here, and they're gonna be used here to make sure that everything is fantastic. So guys, this is the work we have ever been doing, and we understand about it. So we're gonna be coming back. I think the way, because we had backfilled the space using the maram, and it has rained cat and dogs. That's why you see the slithering, but it's gonna be having a very strong road, and whenever gonna be in a dry season, and whenever they're gonna be hitting it and talking about, they're gonna be on it and on it and on it. So it's very terrible whenever gonna be coming back with force. You can just force this kind of the trees to come back. So so much of the people should just come out from the back of the truck here. Yeah. So guys, it has come to the truck. You can just check. It has come to the truck of the trees here. So we want to make the way here. Atambere. Korewe, atulena korewe. So guys, we're going to be adding much of the trees here, so they can just join. I think, I don't know if my camera is just clear. Yeah, it's going to be so clear. So we want to have some of the trees here, join this one here, so we can just go to the front yard, as everything going to be so fantastic. In the stadium, I'm going to be preparing this space here. Don't go out there and me.
Janga kahe.
Mchari.
Very good.
Vamos tambe.
Yeah. Hey.
Mama you can talk about that can you? Increase sense.
Grit.
To increase
Friction.
traction.
To increase traction.
Traction, yeah.
Oh. Traction. Grit. Yeah, man. Oh, eh. Weka nyuma, weka nyuma. Ore hapo. Yo mbejere entre nyuma yo. Asoma ni tuikire. Komara bagara ga rusi bu nyuma. Guys, we are still having much of the struggles here and there to make sure that everything is coming to you live, which is one-on-one. And how the things are just working is, this is the way of life. And this is where you have to pass through because it's a rainy season and you have to make sure that everything is coming to you live. And this is what you have to face for everything to go around east, west, and south. And for the real fact, and I can just talk about when I just finished my form for this is the work that I was oriented to make sure that I'm having a very good movement in terms of making sure that all this kind of the assemblies talk about the loading, offloading until you reach to where they need such kind of luggage to reach. It should take a lot of a process. And right now I told you that it's a rainy season. You can even see the talk about the climate. It's not climatizing very fantastic. It's gonna be raining some minutes from right now. So we have to make sure that we are striving very quickly for this kind of the work should be. And guys, it's just some days here I was just talking about, oh, now I've just backfilled the road. It's gonna be so fantastic. Whenever you're gonna be getting out of this kind of the brim point, you're gonna be talking about I did nothing here. That is the real fact about the rain and the rain and the truck. So they don't go hand in hand. This is the fact and the default that's always venturing and venturing to this kind of the way, and we have to make it happening here. So we have to drain, make here a channel, and so it can just not to sink, because whenever we have the talk about the first tire, the front tire, it's the one that is cutting the soil, and it's like a sharp blade, but when you see the tire there, it's not like a sharp way. Talk about the sharp, but it's in terms of cutting the soil, it's very sharp for it to cut, and that's why it's always made in a way that it can just withstand the weight of the whole truck, not two of them in front, but one. Why is it one? But it can just, it's very sinking, because the two at the back, they always share that kind of talk about that kind of the motion, and also that kind of the force applied down. So they share both the four at the back. But here we have only two tires in front, so whenever they want to share, they only share by two, and it cuts much of the soil. That's why it's making such kind of a tunnel, which is now being dug, so they can just give it a way that it can just follow, so it can just come to where the destination of the soil should be just hipped here. So everything is just going on good, and I'm going to be giving you much of the reservoirs that are going to be coming, like the Vuma, and how this kind of the process is done. But it's going to be taking a lot of time. Whenever you see the food going to be coming to the table, much of the people are going to be talking about, oh, you know, you have gone for long, oh, you are this and this. This is the work, but at least here it's at home, it has reached at home, where we had just backfilled with much of the madam. What about at the river, where now they go to get this kind of the soil, talk about the sand soil, where now water is just coming out and oozing out like a safari rally. So you can imagine now this is a struggle. This is just where there's no rain, there's no river, there's nothing. What about alongside the river, when you can just get a clay soil and such kind of the soils that are so crazy in terms of sinking and capitating much of the water. So it's what is now making things to be so hard. So whenever you want to increase the grit to make sure that the tires will not have the some of the slandering, and making sure that the tires can just rotate without getting to the grit, you have to increase the tension. Talk about this kind of the sand soil, so they can just get that kind of the gritness, and the tire will just uphold to make sure that everything is just getting to the far point. So we are just making it happen, and this is the work of the way, and this is the work that is always continuing to much of the people, and this is where the living is coming from. So whenever you're always coming to be tuned and locked in, these are the things that we ever pass through, so as things can just get to the brim point. So even the way I was talking about the sand has been lost. For us to get this kind of the sand here, it has taken long time for it to come, because we have just finished all of this kind of the section, and we have just got a truck by today. So it means that much of the soil right now, the sand soil, it's a problem to get, but everything gonna be getting forward as long as everything is getting to the far brim point of today. So keep it tuned, keep it locked, because we're going to be showing you how we just make it and how we move from one place to another, and when we get just inserting this kind of the firewood, and everything is possible. I don't want to say what the Gate. Guys, I told you that it's gonna be raining some minutes here. It's already raining, and it's already raining. I wanna be showing you from the windscreen here, because the windscreen is the one that detects much of water. So you can even see the spots of water already. They're just dropping here. It's gonna be raining some cats and dogs right now. So if it can just rain while we are here, it's gonna be a problem. So the good fact is, guys, this is how we're gonna be struggling. And also you understand that whenever something gonna be getting to very near to the destination, that's where things gonna be getting worse. Look at the traditional way of whenever they talk about this kind of the ancestral people that were just going to fetch much of the water. And whenever you reach up to your home, whenever you want to enter inside, you find that that kind of the pot they were even taking to on top of the head hits alongside the talk about the door, and you have just reached already with the water, and you get the pot is just busting. Why is it happening that way? Even right now here, we have just reached the track is there, the soil gonna be talk about the sand soil gonna be heaped here, but it's becoming a cracker to reach about the moment. That is how the things gonna be. And but we have the much of the destination. Whenever we're gonna be failing, we have another spot for us to make this kind of the deliverance, and everything gonna be so fantastic. Whenever we're gonna be checking, things gonna be not happening so properly. So this is the movement forward. Hi. Ya hakong. Tada sa. Ona simumulete basi miti huko. Ziko huko mingi. Yeah. Guys, this is the timber yard we have here, and because we have much of the timbers that remained. Si hatu kianguka si mbaya. Kama si mbaya. Suchukua hata iko hapa juu. Easy. Yeah. Guys, this is a small timber yard I've just formulated here to make sure that everything is so fantastic, and storing much of the timbers. Much of them they're still at my home inside there, but this one's here, they're gonna be helping a little bit where necessary. Woyombo yagon, tarutan. Hi. Asubaki hapo. Hapo unajua tuende.
Acha kidogo. Haya. Kidogo. Ama tungetengeneza mbele wewe.
Guys, I told you it's already raining here, and we have just a little bit squeezed. We are now a little bit now perpendicular. If it's gonna be raining too much, we're gonna be now taking it down using some spades here. So it's gonna be very fantastic here. So I don't know how come, ma. Temu kia manto ni go home mora. Tatora chap chap. Menyasha, guys. It has rained already, and we are still struggling to make sure that we are getting to the brim point here. How are you, Jatello? Everything is good.
And
no, too much talking. We are in action, man.
okay, the action.
Yeah, we are in action. We are in action here.
Okay, we are busy here, working here.
Bakie meteke toro moyo. Gono matando. Guys, this one is having some of the grits here, and it has some cements and some bricks here. It's very awesome whenever we're going to be backfilling using it. It's going to be going very awesome here. So it's a little bit a portion it has just remained here because, and even here we don't know if it's going to be passing because it's still having much of the compartment. Let's come. Ei hagu tuka, omba reno.
And hi guys.
Chapa mboka, chapa mboka.
David.
A little bit here, it's very hard here. Koreo ziko wapi? Kombe! Situpatia koreo. What is spit?
Boka na.
Yeah, man. Iko sawa. Hayo bono hakangi. Kuja. Uko kidogo.
Uko sawa, nyosha. Piga yuta.
Igora. It's gonna be, guys, we have reached onto the spot. Yeah, we have to move from... Shusha!
And
Guys, eventually we have made it and we have just reached to this kind of the brim point. Very fantastic. Every time, every good, we have made it happen. Woo! We have tried. Look at the road. The road is messy. So you have to go talk about yeah. Guys, you can just check. It's just dismantling and making sure that everything is just perpendicular. So the road is now messy. Iko sawa. You want to start backfilling? Hii miti itaekelewa ndani. Tutachimba vizuri. Guys, we will have to renovate this kind of the road, and we're going to be using this kind of the trees inside here. We will not remove them here, so they can just have a very compacted way, and there's no much of interruption anymore, because we need this kind of the road to be as far as hard as possible, so you can just make sure that everything is coming to you live. And we thank much of the people who are just making sure that we're watching this kind of the video to this kind of the brim point, and are getting some mess here. Guys, there are very strong trucks here, and this is the condition they have just left behind. This is the way that we're gonna be having. So we're gonna be rectifying the way very possible, because now it has confirmed as that we did nothing here. So we're gonna be making sure that the road is gonna be compacted heavily again, so as we can just regain the compactability of the road, and everything gonna be so fantastic whenever we're gonna be having this kind of the way getting forward. I like about everyone has been tuned and locked in and watching this kind of the video to this kind of the far brim point, and you are watching, and subscribe, like, share, and also support Gint, so you can just make it happen. And much of the people supporting and making sure that the G Castle gonna be moving forward, because the G Castle is our project, and this is how we're gonna be making it happen after this kind of the road is maintained, because we're gonna be having the G Castle at the far end. And this is the end of the video. Keep it tuned, keep it locked. You have something to say?
Okay, the G Castle, you know, as you can see, the road, you know, very much rough, and we have make it.
We have made it happen.
Okay.
Due to the rain and everything here. So the good thing I can just promise you is keep it tuned
to the G Castle.
Exactly. And make it happen. Exactly. Fine. Keep it tuned. Here we go. Back to the street.
Fine.